Hey guys, Crystal here at Crystal's Crafties, and today I want to show you how to use the offset feature in Cricut Design Space. So an offset is basically a shadow layer. You can see here I have my name in white, and the offset layer is the pink layer behind it. So let me show you how I've done this. You're going to start with some text. So I've typed in my name, and I have this Breedy font here that I got from Creative Fabrica. I can link to that for you if you like this font. And now, since this is a script font, I need to connect all of the letters together. I'm going to start off by taking my letter spacing completely down to 0. And that got me a lot closer, but I'm not quite there. So I'm just going to keep bumping it down, clicking one at a time until all of my letters are connected. Okay, they are all connected now. So I want to weld this together, and instead of having 7 separate letters, if I weld it, I have one object now. It's all one thing. It can't be ungrouped or taken apart. And now I'm ready for my offset. So I'm going to come up here and click the offset button. I've got my word highlighted. I'm going to click offset. And you're going to get a few options. You can increase the size of your offset. You see this outline that it has around my name for me? I can make it bigger or smaller. You can even inset. I don't really see a lot of instances that you would ever want to do that, but if you were trying to get some kind of shadow effect or something on your letters, you might want an inset. But in most cases you'll drag to the right to get your offset. Or you can even type in the exact numbers you want. And I want this to be a 0.15 offset. So that is what I'm going to get around my name. If I hit apply, you can see it then gave me my complete offset or my shadow layer. So I'm going to turn this one pink. I'm just coming up here to my selection color box. Pink. I'm going to turn my name white. Come up here and pick white. Then I'm just going to position this one over the shadow layer or on top of the offset. I'm going to drag a box around everything and come to align and use my cross center so that it perfectly centers vertically and horizontally. I have now got the perfect offset here. I can group this together. I'm done with it. But let me show you a few different things that you can do. Let's say you want more layers. You don't want just the pink and the white. You want to add a purple behind it. Well, let me ungroup this. I can make an offset for my offset. So I've got my offset selected. I'm going to come up here to offset, and I'm going to leave it at the 0.15. That looks like a pretty good size for the next offset. And I'm going to hit apply. Okay, so now I can turn this one purple, and I have my pink, and I have my white. I can center all of this, align, use my cross center, and I have a perfect 3-layer design right here ready to go. Group, move it out of the way. So that's how you're going to work with offset and text. Let's say you want to offset an image or a just an SVG file that you have uploaded into Design Space. So here I have this dog paw. I'm going to offset this, and we're going to get a few different options, you'll see. Okay, well, now we have this Weld Offsets option, and it automatically selects it for you, but you can unselect it, and I want to show you what it's going to do. Let me make this bigger here so you can really see what's going on. Offset. Okay, my Weld Offset is on. I'm going to turn it off. Now watch, when I make my offset a larger size, I'm going to bump it up to maybe a 0.25. Let's see how that does. Okay, you can see now this line and this line, whoops, get back here. Okay, this line and this line are overlapping each other. That means if you go to cut this, these two objects are going to cut into each other. The same thing is going on here and here. If I weld my offsets, all of that goes away. They become one object. Just like we welded the name, it now becomes one offset. I'm going to do this both ways and show you what it looks like when I actually get the offset on there. So here it is welded. Now let me do one without welding it. Okay, so for right now, I'm going to hide my main red layer here. They look the same. If you get something like this in here, don't worry about it. I can show you how to fix that. We'll go back over that in a minute. So this is my welded one. All of these are stuck together. You can see down here it is one solid design. This is my unwelded one. If you see here, I have 4 different little clips here in this design, and I can move them around individually. These stay solid as one. These move individual, and if I put them all together like this, they're going to slice into each other. So I don't want the individual ones. I want to keep it welded. In most cases, you'll want to keep it welded also. That's why it automatically selects that for you. But just in case you do want to unweld it, they do give you that option. Okay, let's talk about this little gap that's in here. This is based on how the file was created, what the designer did with the nodes when they were creating this, but it's easily fixable. You're going to come down to your contour and just click it away. If it's not highlighted, it's going to show up in your design. If it's highlighted in gray, it's going to be taken out of your design. So now if I click out of this, you can see that it's gone. I can put my paw back in. They're not the same size anymore. I resized it. Okay, and so now I have the offset for my puppy paw. There's one more thing that we can do with these offsets. Let me show you. I'm going to pull in a square. I'm going to turn my square pink. Okay, now I'm going to offset this square. Come to offset. I'm going to bump it back down to a 0.15. And I've got a rounded corner on it. I'm going to apply. And then I'm going to do it again. Offset. But now I'm going to put this sharp corner on and apply. Okay, so now you can see the difference. Here is a rounded corner offset. Here is a sharp corner offset. Here's my square. That's what it's going to look like in its rounded corner. That's what it's going to look like in its sharp corner. Most often you will want a rounded corner if you are doing text or just basic images. This rounded corner is going to give you a soft, elegant offset. This sharp corner is going to be used when you want something really distinct and really defined. Really, squares and rectangles are the main instances. Triangles, like a Christmas tree or something that you would want a real sharp design on. That's where you're going to want to use your squared corners. Okay, so we have now gone over all of the features of offset. You can make them larger, smaller, you can inset, you have rounded corners and squared corners. And when you're offsetting an image that would allow you to have separate pieces, it will give you the option to weld or not weld. All right, that's all we have. I'll see you next time.